completely agree with you. Him meeting Putin sets up the grounds that in case he is ousted, he can make a claim that it was a conspiracy by the CIA in America because he's anti-American, and that's why he was ousted. I know there is no truth to that, but since it's a popular theory in Pakistan, and the US is known to oust leaders around the world, most definitely. What would you say to Pakistanis who believe that the US is now interested in ousting Imran Khan?
Yeah, no, it's a great question, and absolutely, I acknowledge why that conspiracy theory is so powerful. It's because, it is rooted in some realities of the past, right? I mean, we look at what's happened. If you go back to the really like recent history, looking at the role the CIA has played in Pakistan. I mean, the fact that you had so many CIA operatives in Pakistan not too long ago, the fact, the whole Raymond Davis affair, and I think that the Afridi case, I mean, the idea of having a Pakistani doctor work with the CIA to track down. Yeah, right, exactly. I mean, I understand that the means justify the ends, or the end justifies the means sometimes. And I'm really happy that bin Laden was apprehended. Everyone should be happy about that. But that incident, I think, did so much to not just not shatter, it did so much to not only undermine US-Pakistan cooperation, but also to eliminate the possibility that there could be any hope of Pakistanis ever taking a more sanguine view of the CIA, just because of that one incident. So I fully understand where Pakistanis are coming from when they sort of say, oh yeah, sure, well, given what's happened in the past, why shouldn't we expect that the CIA is once again at work trying to oust Imran Khan? But what's different is that quite frankly, I mean, I don't mean to be blunt, but I think that in Pakistan, there's a tendency to exaggerate the importance that Pakistan, and particularly Pakistani domestic politics, has in Washington. The US has largely moved on, and especially since the withdrawal, there's not really much attention paid to domestic politics in Pakistan, in great part because the relationship with Pakistan is not in a pretty deep place right now. And at the end of the day, I think that even though this is not good for democracy in Pakistan, at the end of the day, when the US really feels it needs to work closely with Pakistan and get things done and pursue deals, it knows who to go to. It confers with the army. And the army's not going anywhere. So engineering some type of regime change to bring in a new civilian administration, it wouldn't matter. In other words, the US would have no incentive to see one particular civilian administration over the other, even though it may privately have its preferences, but naturally it would be willing to work with whichever administration is in power. So yeah, that's my view, that yes, I can acknowledge why this idea would be out there given the precedent of the past, but the US simply doesn't pay much mind to Pakistan right now. It's not very focused on it. And also, the one data point that many Pakistanis have put out there is that you had, quote unquote, US ambassadors meeting with opposition members. And that must suggest some type of plan. Well, first of all, there hasn't been a US ambassador in Pakistan for several years. So you did have some senior US diplomats meeting with Mariam Nawaz Sharif several years ago, or last year, I believe. But this happens. This is what diplomats do. They don't only meet with the governments in the countries that they're based in. They meet with a lot of key political figures. And the Pakistani diplomats in Washington frequently meet with senior members of the Republican Party, the opposition. They meet with the opposition party. This is how diplomacy works.